That feeling is going to be a little warm this morning. You're looking out over downtown Indianapolis, and you can still see, we've been showing you aerial views of the clouds. Seems like they're lower and lower right now, kind of hovering over downtown Indy. We're glad you're up with us here at 6 o'clock. It's Wednesday.
It is Wednesday. We hope you had a great week so far. We know that the weather has been very August-like, very summer-like. Yes, that continues, but maybe be interrupted a little bit by some of those showers here today, Matt.
A few of those later today. I want to go back to the state park because I've been there a few times in Arkansas. So how it works is you pay an entrance fee and you'll get supplies. You'll get a bucket, you'll get a grate, and you feel like you're in the gold rush because they have some water flowing. You get your grate and you see what you can find. You get to keep anything that you find, though. That's the deal. So here's a trick, though. If you are going to head down there, wait until after a rain because it kind of releases things back up. And they also, about once a week, they'll go out and they'll grate the soil and it'll pull up. But they don't tell people when they're doing it because there's probably a higher chance of finding something.
You want to
just a couple times?
I'm down.
Let's go. It's actually really, really cool.
That is news you can use. I'm going to keep that in mind.
Right.
Hopefully I find a diamond too like
That'd
she did.
Be nice.
So cool. All right. Well, no diamonds probably in the grounds here in Indiana today, but we will get the rain.
We will get some rain. I want to show you the chances expected later today. In the meantime, we're mainly dry. We do have some of those clouds lingering a little bit. We're going to start off with a mix of partly to mostly cloudy skies. There'll be some sun breaks too. It's extra humid. You can feel it out there this morning, especially if you picked up a little bit of rainfall yesterday. We're in the upper 60s in Indianapolis. We're looking at a nighttime satellite, kind of our night vision goggles. We've got a couple pockets of clouds and even a little bit of patchy fog out there this morning that we're watching too. So don't be surprised if you're headed to work and school, you run into a fog bank and then it goes back to clear skies. You kind of go back and forth on your commute. A lot of 60s to the north and west. Kokomo 69, 68 in Lafayette. More 70s off towards the east where we still have a light southwest wind, keeping us a bit warmer from Richmond to Connersville. Good morning in Rushville, 71. 69 there in Danville, 69 now around Lake Monroe, and 70 in Bedford. We're dry other than one spotty shower. That's just kind of cruising down US 40, National Highway 40 by Louisville, Cambridge City, Centerville. If it holds, it'll come by you. Maybe you can get a little wet in Hagerstown. But the big story today will be this front. It could spark another round of some isolated pop-ups. Coming up, we're going to talk more about the timing of when you could see a rain shower out there. But no rain showers out there this morning close to Indianapolis. Lindsay, we're looking okay. What's the latest?
Oh, yeah. So right now we're seeing some brake lights due to some construction. I wanted to start with a look at the map because we've got lane restrictions back in play as they continue that paving project on West Street on the near west side of downtown. So because of that, we are in the red on the ramp system coming off of 65 northbound. Also coming northbound on Missouri Street, right near Victory Field, near Lucas Oil Stadium. We are in the red as well because of, again, lane restrictions due to paving operations. Want to show you what this looks like. Again, this is West Street coming off of 65. This is actually at that 10th Street intersection. 2 travel lanes blocked going southbound, and that's what's creating some of that stop and go traffic and the ripple effect of delays coming off of the ramp. So right now, this is what we're already looking at. This is coming from the north split, and this is 65 northbound ramp to West Street, already running a little slow here near downtown. We'll keep you posted with any delays and perhaps alternate routes if needed. Guys.
Appreciate the updates there, Lindsay. Thank you. Well, this morning, a few tents are still up in a homeless encampment in Fountain Square, even after the city said it would be cleared out this week.
So now we're hearing from those who live in the area saying that they're fed up and they want this encampment closed down. Matthew Foltz is live this morning in the Fountain Square area near there. I know that you've been following some, it feels like back and forth since Monday when we thought things would be cleared out, but is there a plan? Have you heard from the city?
Well, Jalea and Julia, it appears the city hasn't taken really any action on this. The Office of Public Health and Safety finally sending us a statement yesterday saying that they still need some more time to come up with solutions of their own. Meantime, this morning, as you take a look behind me, you can still see that there are tents that have been removed, or I should say packed up since Monday, but there is still half of those tents still remaining. You can only see just a portion on the side of Leonard Avenue where we're stationed at this morning, but on the left side of this building off screen, there is still many more tents still remaining along that street. Now, the city's saying that the encampment would be shut down by this past Monday at 11:59. Now, I spoke with several campers who were packing up Monday morning who said they had no place to go. They also claimed to have never heard from the city directly on getting any help or resources. Meanwhile, the Office of Public Health and Safety says right now they're working with outreach group and faith leaders to really find shelter solutions for those at the camp. They also say no new camps are allowed to be set up in the meantime. Now, we also heard from residents that we previously spoke with who believe something needs to be done as soon as possible.
I do believe that they should be forcibly removed because of the health and safety concerns. I am continuing to get threats and I'm getting harassed when I'm outside in my own yard.
Now, the city has yet to answer our questions on where the unhoused people will be moved to and just how many people will be helped. Again, back here live along Leonard and Virginia Avenue, you can still see in the distance, I know it's a little dark, but there are several tents still up. Now, we have also yet to see anyone with the city coming out here to address the situation or even help some of the campers out here within the past week or so that we've been covering this. But 13 News is scheduled to speak with the Office of Public Health and Safety later this afternoon. Jalea and Julie, as soon as we do, we'll be sure to pass those updates along to you.
Because there are questions that need to be answered this morning. Matthew, thank you. It's 6:06. Right now, police in Greenwood are looking for the person or people that vandalized a sign at a Hindu temple. When officers arrived Monday, they found the sign spray painted with the message, quote, "Death to Hindus, death to India, death to Prime Minister." Members of the temple held a group prayer yesterday saying they're united against any anti-religious behavior. The National Hindu Organization, known as BAPS, says that this is the fourth time in less than a year that one of its temples has been subject to what they're calling a hate crime this morning. A former Greenwood Middle School teacher will now spend 20 years in prison for crimes against children. A Johnson County judge sentenced Shane Williams to 2 decades behind bars. The charges are child molestation, child solicitation, and dissemination of matter harmful to minors. The prosecutor says that 2 children came forward accusing him of abuse. Well, the Johnson County prosecutor issued a strong statement after that sentencing, saying, quote, "How despicable that this child molester had been a teacher, someone who was once entrusted to protect and guide young people."
6:07, we are taking a closer look this morning at a new resource for business owners that would keep stolen guns off the streets. We stopped by Gunslingers, that's a store in Anderson, and just last week they got the ability to search a serial number right in the store before someone makes a purchase. So before this, shops had to rely on an unofficial user-submitted website or get a police officer to check the serial number in person to see if the gun was reported stolen. So the company Gunslingers co-owner John Beeman is also the Madison County Sheriff. He says this is a critical tool changing the secondary market.
We will purchase it not knowing it's stolen, and then we have a detective show up and say, hey, that's a stolen firearm. So now we're out the money we paid for it, and then we don't have the firearm to sell to make our money back.
So that's Ryan Phillips, who tells us he turned in 2 stolen Glocks last year. If a gun shop discovers a firearm has been reported stolen, someone will contact excuse me, I knew I wasn't going to be able to hold that in. So they said if you can't contact the police, you can hold on to the gun and then wait for the investigation.
Well, this morning we're hearing from Indy's top cop on the mayor's budget proposal in Indianapolis.
Yeah, so the spending plan was just unveiled this week, and we've been learning more and more about it. Well, IMPD Chief Chris Bailey says the investments in technology are really helping his team reduce crime across our city. So he says the 2026 funding plan is actually doubling down on those investments.
Let's break down this money that we're talking about, a $1.7 billion budget in all. $358 million of it is set aside for IMPD, which is about $20 million more than last year.
A bulk of that, $290 million, will cover salaries for officers and other staff members. But department leaders do say a good chunk will also go towards gear, like those license plate readers and also body cameras.
that technology is leading us in the right direction to help give our detectives a leg up when we start those investigations. And the 2026 budget helps us build on the collective momentum and progress that we see, and together we can continue to build and make Indianapolis safer and stronger for every person and every neighborhood in our city.
Right now, IMPD is down 300 police officers. That number just seems astronomical, but Chief Bailey says he is hoping this money will also help address that staffing shortage.
As for the budget approval, the full council is expected to vote on that in October after having committee reviews. Well, today at the State Fair, you may be able to help a family get closure.
Or help police solve a crime. So Identify Indiana, Inc. is an Indiana nonprofit that helps find and identify human remains. They estimate around 600 people's remains are sitting in crime labs or unmarked graves without any name here in Indiana alone. So today you can head over to their booth near the Indiana State Fair police booth by the entrance to the Midway, and you can actually give a family reference sample. So that sample could eventually be used to identify anyone that maybe is related to you or help identify belongings. And then also today at the State Fair, the celebrity cow milking competition kicks off.
Our very own Matthew Foltz will be out there to compete. I'm like, that looks like Matthew right there.
It does.
It is, because
he got
is
early
going
practice.
back again. Yes, so this is video from last year showing Matthew in the competition. So he came in second. So we're hoping for him to get first place this year at All Funds. The fun starts this morning at 11:30.
All right, just watch those hooves there. You don't want to get kicked and get that bucket knocked over, right?
I'm utterly surprised that he is back for year 2.
Oh, very good.
I practiced that in the break.
You're very good.
Your time is 6:11. In just a few hours, President Trump will be meeting virtually with the president of Ukraine.
At 6:15, we're breaking down the significance of this meeting today and another coming up at the end of the week.